Mechanic versus automotive technician. What's the difference? And why would it even matter? When something feels not right about your vehicle, an unfamiliar noise, a warning light, or a change in performance, most people still say they need a car mechanic. Car mechanic near me, whatever phrase that you're doing, because most of the time you're not going to say car mechanic, you're just going to say, get into your phone and say car mechanic near me. It's a phrase that's been used for generations, remains part of everyday language, but vehicles today are no longer simple mechanical machines, and the professionals who service them have evolved significantly to keep up with the change. Modern vehicles are complex systems built from mechanical components, electronic controls, sensors, software logic, and integrated safety technology. Because of this evolution, the difference between a traditional car mechanic and a modern automotive technician, it's no longer just a matter of wording. It directly affects how accurately problems are diagnosed, how reliable repairs are completed, and how well a vehicle performs over the long term. Understanding this distinction helps vehicle owners make a better decision, avoid unnecessary issues, and protect reliability and safety of their vehicles. The term car mechanic, it originated in an era when vehicles were mostly mechanical, they weren't entirely, but mostly mechanical, and engines relied on carburetors and simple ignition systems. Electrical systems were minimal, and most problems would be identified through sound, vibration, smell, or visible wear. The traditional the mechanic skill set, historically, it was focused on engines and drivetrains, brakes and suspension, steering components, exhaust system, hands-on diagnostics based largely on experience. A skilled mechanic developed intuition through repetition and physical inspection. For decades, this approach worked because vehicle systems were relatively simple and largely independent of one another. The mechanical foundation still has value, but it is no longer reflecting the full reality of modern vehicles. Modern vehicles, they've evolved. And just in the last 2 decades, vehicles evolved into rolling computer networks. You got 20, 30, 40, 50 onboard computers nowadays, and they are located everywhere. Even basic models now contain dozens of control modules and hundreds of sensors that consistently communicate with one another. Modern vehicles commonly include computer-controlled engine management, advanced braking and stability systems, integrated safety and driver assist technology, networked electrical and communication system, software-based monitoring, and fault detection. And because of this complexity, many vehicle problems are no longer caused by a simple worn component. Instead, issues often arise from systems interactions, electronic faults, data inconsistencies, or software logic. This evolution is what's led to the modern role of the automotive technician. So you put in automotive technician or automotive repair technician near me. So automotive technician near me versus, car mechanic near me, or auto technician or auto, mechanic near me. Some people are there. It's going to be, it won't matter what you say. Some shops will actually be employing, real automotive technicians, but they still call their people technicians. Other places, and this is the scary one, only have mechanics working for them, but they call them technicians. So be careful. An automotive technician is not simply a mechanic with a new title. It represents a different level of training, responsibility, and diagnostic thinking. And what sets the automotive technician apart is they're trained to understand mechanical systems. So they're mechanics, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Electrical theory and all of the electrical and electronic theory, computerized diagnostics, vehicle software and data interpretation, how systems communicate and influence one another. Rather than guessing or replacing parts based on systems alone, technicians follow structured diagnostic procedures designed to specifically for the modern vehicles. And this approach focuses on accuracy verification and root cause identification, not trial and error. So, and I mean, right there is a pretty good a place to stop. So when AutoZone and some of these other companies started saying, we'll diagnose your vehicle for free. Well, they're not diagnosing the vehicle, they're pulling codes. So they pull codes for free. And back when they first started doing that, it might have meant something. But now, with everything related to everything else, and the car is so much more sophisticated, the sophistication didn't make the vehicle be easier to diagnose. No, it made it 100 times harder to diagnose. So we're still pulling a code at AutoZone or Amco Transmissions or whoever's doing it. That means literally nothing. I mean, these things are involved, and they're so involved that it's not even funny. And the more that an average consumer buys into some of the old stuff that shops did, like we're going to diagnose your vehicle, and then if you buy the fix of it, then we'll throw the diagnostics in for free, or we're going to take our best technicians, because those are the ones that need to do the diagnostics. We're going to take our best technicians, and we're not going to pay them very much. It's like a doctor going through all of the work to become the best doctor, but the best doctor doesn't make very much money because, doing brain surgery and open heart surgery doesn't matter. We're not a mechanic, not setting a bone or prescribing medication. A real doctor wants to get paid to do brain surgery. So a real technician, an automotive repair technician, wants to get paid for doing brain surgery on your vehicle, which is diagnosing what's going on. I mean, they are literally the same thing. And yet we want to, because somebody's really good at it and they've got the experience and the time and the effort and the energy and the money and all of the heartache of learning it, we want to pay them less? No. If it costs money to keep great technicians. One of the reasons that technicians are leaving the industry is because we're not paying them for what they know. We need to pay technicians for what they know. And the best technicians need to be making a whole lot of money, meaning the customers need to be paying a whole lot of money for them. Just like they pay for the best doctors, they need to pay for the best automotive repair technicians. I mean, think about it. One of the most important distinctions between traditional mechanic mindset and technician mindset is how problems are identified. So the guess and replace approach. On older vehicles, it was common to replace parts based on common failure patterns, rely heavily on past experience, try a repair and see if it resolved the issue. The diagnostic driven approach is verify the concern, retrieve and analyze diagnostic data, test systems and components. That takes time, but testing systems and components, we can't even see most of the components. We can't follow the wires. They're hidden. I mean, when you open up your hood, do you see a bunch of open wires? No. Well, neither do we. That means we actually have to dive into your engine to uncover them. Do you see a bunch of sensors hanging out? No, neither do we. So, and then we have to identify the root cause through these testings, and we have to find them. A bunch of stuff's under your dash, under your seat, in your trunk. You're not seeing it. So guess what? We aren't seeing it. And then we have to confirm the proper operation after the repair. So not only, I mean, we have to, and the funny part is we turn the check engine light off by replacing a sensor. And the check engine light turns back on a month or 6 weeks or 2 months later. And the first thing you think is about the automotive repair store. Oh my goodness, they messed up. Well, if one of the hundreds of sensors, the one that we replaced went bad again, then it's on the automotive repair store. If the one sensor that we replaced or whatever we fixed on the car is not the problem and there was another problem, well, the only way that the car has to communicate with you is through the check engine light, through the lights, or through the dash, or as far as the gauges and all of that stuff. So you've got, so many, you've got 3 miles of wires inside of there. You've got vacuum, you've got 20, 30, 40, 50 computers, you've got all of this stuff. What's the odds of it being the one thing that the automotive repair store just replaced 6 weeks or 2 months ago versus it being something new? You know, and again, the only way that your car has to communicate with you is through those warning lights. And there's a bunch of them. Technicians are constantly being trained, continuous education. They have to be able to keep up. And think about it. We're not only trained now in all of the things on a normal gas car, but now hybrids and electrical cars. So as technology is moving and growing and evolving, I mean, mechanical skill, it still matters, but it's only one part of the job, and this is huge because you're talking about the vehicle safety, the vehicle reliability, longevity, confidence, and what the shop is recommending, overall driving experience, long-term care, of your vehicle. Technicians matter. Car mechanics are car mechanics. Automotive repair technicians are automotive repair technicians. There is a difference. The technician is a car mechanic, but just so expounded on it's not even funny. One of my people said, car mechanics are parts replacers. Well, so are automotive technicians, but automotive technicians are just so much more. I'm not ever going to talk down or bad about an automotive repair technician. I'm just not. As far as a car mechanic, I'm just not. Car mechanics are critical to keeping cars on the road, but automotive repair technicians are definitely a step above. Stay safe, stay strong.